All right, so Chris Egan sitting in for Groz today on the show. We had an interesting question, the poll question of the day, which is on the Bob and Groz show page, and it's about the final 6 games of the season for the Seahawks. 3 on the road, 3 at home. The question was, which is more likely in those 6 games, that the Seahawks are able to take 2 out of 3 on the road or sweep the home series? And you and I both agreed that after what we saw last night between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills, Seahawks should take 2 out of 3 on the road, even though that goes against what you always hear about the NFL and how tough it is to win on the road. Those are 2 teams you look at and say, they're not better than the Seahawks. They're not close to being better than the Seahawks. If you want to call yourself a playoff team, you beat the teams like the Dolphins and the Bills.
Yeah, and I know a lot of Seahawks fans get worried about making the travel, heading east, the 10 a.m. start time for the Seahawks. But if you watch that game like we did, that Miami offense, they looked terrible. Just 2 first downs in the first half. They only had 50 yards of offense in the first half. Tannehill was not looking good. And let's not lie here, that Buffalo defense came in as one of the worst defenses in the NFL. So you watch that game and you're thinking, hey, I think we can beat Miami. I think we can beat Buffalo. Never know what's going to happen in Chicago. That's going to be a tough game. Cutler's not going to be playing on Monday night against San Francisco, but more than likely Cutler will be back. This is a guy that's bounced back from concussions in the past.
Now, what's funny is the way this always works out. Those look like the obvious wins. Watch, they'll beat Chicago and lose to Miami or something. I don't really care where the 2 wins come from on the road. Those seem like the likely ones after what we just saw. But ultimately, you look at 6 games and you say, boy, you need 4 of those, don't you? I mean, if you want to be realistic, I mean, are they capable of going 6-0? Of course. Are they capable of 5-1? Of course. But if you want to be realistic, you say, all right, 4 and 2. Now, whatever combination, whether that means you take all 3 at home or you lose 1 at home and you get 2 on the road, 2 at home, I don't care. Yeah. Ultimately, get the 10 wins. That's going to be the hard part, is 10 wins get you into the playoffs or not. I don't know, but I think I could walk away satisfied with this team of this season saying, hey, 10 wins, that's a 3-game improvement. They're trending up. It wasn't enough this year. Obviously, you want to be in the postseason, but I think I'd feel pretty good with 10 wins, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. And if you get 4 of the 6, you're looking pretty good. And we talk about maybe 4 of 6 is a reality. If you want to get greedy, you win 2 out of 3 on the road. That sets up a nice little game December 23rd at the Clink. San Francisco comes to town. We've looked at their schedule. We looked at it on the show. They've got a tough schedule. They still have to play the Saints on the road. They have to play the Patriots on the road. They have Chicago without Cutler on Monday Night Football. But you never know what's going to happen. Percentages say San Francisco wins the West. But if they roll into Seattle, maybe a game up on the Seahawks, telling me that Clink is not going to be rocking and rolling?
Let's get greedy and win them all.